One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1040. Wasted words on young ears. We got another little cover title thing where it's just Yanji and Niji just like inside of Big Mom's book thinking about how they just got ramshackled by Big Mom.
Yeah. That worked.
Yeah, I do love that, like, the title of this is like Germa 66's an emotionless excursion. So it looks like they're just gonna be like, wow, that really happened. All right. I'll take
that was an experience.
Indeed. And we open up the chapter proper with Big Mom getting a ramshackling of her own. She's currently being blasted by Eustace Kid, who it turns out it's not like a cannon like I thought it would be. I thought it would be like just a cannonball, but it's a continuous laser beam, like a uni beam that he's just shooting directly onto Big Mom. I wish I had a uni beam sound drop, but we do not.
Using like Iron Man special.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. The uni beam.
I didn't think about that last time. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, next time. I mean, this probably won't be the last we see of Kid's uni beam. Big Mom, to her credit, is just taking it. She's like, you brats. You think I'm just gonna take this shit? They're trying to like basically shoot her through the hole that Law made with his wile ability, I guess it's called.
Yeah, and with her pure willpower and strength, she's holding herself from falling.
She's holding onto the two landmasses right beside her, just like, you're not gonna get me, bitch. And she goes, all of Kid and Law's crews are just kind of like panicking, like, God damn, she won't die. And Kid is Big Mom says that, make your choice. You can select the fate you'll suffer the moment I deflect this thing back at you, because that's an inevitability. She's just gonna deflect it. And she says, you could give me 50 years of your lifespan, or you can keep it and serve me. Life or slavery. And Kaido's goons recognize this as the soul pocus, which is what she uses basically to people when she wants to bring them into her crew or whatever. She gives them a chance to choose whether to get their soul removed or to work with her. And as she's doing it, she's just like sucking the souls out of the surrounding goons, using that to power herself, which is, as one guy says, terrifying. Eustace Kid and Law both say, man, fuck that shit. Why should we be afraid of the weak words of some old hag who's outlived her welcome? God damn! Oh, Jesus!
Holy shit!
And Law uses Reroom to just like basically like pop her into the soundproof room, a move that was inspired by Corazon, which was actually really nice. I think that's a really sweet touch, honestly. It's been a while since like Law's reference to him in a way, and this was very, very nice. Meanwhile,
what is dead homie?
Oh, Corazon. You remember Corazon?
What does his power have to do with Corazon?
Because his power was to create a room full of silence. Like, he can make things silent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, he can, like, mute things, essentially.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so, without being able to hear her words, the soul pocus won't work on them, really. So, they're not obligated. That's why he did it, is to stop Big Mom's, like, soul pocus.
That's so smart. I did not realize that it was based on like you hearing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In the meantime, Misery just tries to pull up behind Law and destroy him one last time, but Law and Kid do a simultaneous move where Kid just blasts more of his uni beam while Law cuts up Misery clean in half. And they actually get through. They just force Big Mom down the big hole. She's flying down. She actually passes by the big bomb room that Yamato is currently in. And I guess in a last-ditch desperation to keep herself afloat, she just accidentally jams her hands into one of the bombs, and it explodes. Yamato seems to have been able to like protect the rest of the bombs using like this ice shield or whatever. But we do see that the flame thing, I don't know if it's weakening or it got caught up in the flames and was like absorbed by the flames of the explosion. But it is dissipating, it looks, because it's like Lord Orochi.
I think it got absorbed. It it got reduced into its whole thing got reduced into a soul to get absorbed. Because I think that's kind of what it is. It's almost like a living, it's a living soul, right? It was.
Yeah, it's a sentient being. It seems.
Yeah, the artist guy poured some of his life force into it. Whatever, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
it worked. It's a living creature, so it can be affected. It works. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, very cool. And Big Mom drops through. She gets hit with the explosion, which like hurts her a little bit more. And as she's falling, she has a very curious monologue to herself, which I thought was interesting. First, like in short term, she's basically like, Roger, why the fuck did you do what you did? Because like the way you went out inspired all these kids and you're not alive to deal with them. We have to deal with them.
Yeah, bro. It's the fuck you broke protocol. Oh, DOD. There was no reason.
Yeah. And I think like this might be a conversation that she's remembering with Roger, because she's like telling Roger to tell her about the One Piece before they die. And she keeps asking, like, where is it? What is it? And then she says something very curious. She says some of it is in this country too, isn't it? Which I don't know if this means that like she's saying that part of the One Piece is in Wano, but that is crazy if that's true. But anyway, she falls through and...
Yeah, alright, well, I'll address it later.
Yeah. She falls through the hole and she nukes like down below, but she does say that don't assume that this will kill me as she explodes. And the official winner of the battle of the performance floor under the dome is Eustace Captain Kidd and Surgeon of Death Trafalgar Law. And that's where this chapter ends. And with that being said, let's throw it over to thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Wait, isn't there more?
No, that's it. Oh, wait, there is more. Wow. My bad. JK, there is more. Yeah, Kid and Law kind of fall back. And
yeah.
Everybody's celebrating. And then there is our actual final page is Momonosuke reaching out to Yamato, just being like, "Oh my God, is everything okay?" And Yamato's like, "Yeah, that it's okay. A single bomb blew off the bottom of the island, but you know what? I managed to encase them in ice, so we're good. I don't think we have to worry about this thing exploding." And Momonosuke says, "Cool. Okay, so I can't really leave what I'm doing right now, so I need you to hear what I have to say. Zunaisha is very close by." And Yamato's like, "What? It's here?" And he's like, "Yes. The companion of Joy Boy, who committed a crime 800 years ago."
All right, the whole crime thing we already established. That's not new information. It's you know, Zunisha did something.
Yeah,
and it's just a lot of and it could be a crime based on how we look at it and interpret it. Like from whose perspective is it a crime?
Yeah,
from the world government's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Then that's not really a crime. It's probably just some shit they didn't like.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said...
Corruption vibes.
Yeah, corruption vibes. Let's throw it over to thoughts. Josh, what did you think for real this time?
All right, no, for real, what I thought, I was impressed by Law and Kid, I guess. I mean, it's just weird seeing Big Mom get taken out. I liked what she said at the end. It made me feel like she lost the fight, but she's not dead. That's cool. I like Big Mom a lot. She's a cool character. I don't foresee her becoming a good guy, nothing like that, but man, I would not mind that. I think she can be redeemed. Hudson Parasparrow needs to die, though.
Oh, yeah.
There's no on that.
Yeah, definitely.
No way.
Was that all?
So wow, does this mean that Law and Kid combined are stronger than Big Mom?
I guess.
Officially?
I'll say this: like, they didn't beat her. They like just took her out of the fight.
They took her out of the fight, which
is an impressive
she
feat.
had somewhere to drop to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Maybe they'd still be scrapping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, Law impressed me the most in this fight because I thought he was kind of like the glass cannon.
Mm-hmm.
This type of fighter where he had such a strong ability, but the drawback of it is that he can't use so much. He can't use it for so long. Like the what do you call that? The Kakashi crutch, I call it, because super duper strong, but he doesn't have enough chakra like in Uchiha to keep spamming the moves like them. So it's like a cool limiter. No,
Yeah.
I thought that was just like, okay, it makes sense. That's the vibe I got from Law, and that's not the case. He's a fucking tank, apparently, who can take repeated hits from Big Mom. Right on the fucking dome. I mean, whatever, it's One Piece, I guess. Everyone's a tank until they're not. I didn't think this was the greatest fight ever, which is kind of disappointing because I like Big Mom the most out of all the emperors and stuff, even more than Red Hair himself.
Oh.
So, we'll see what more she's gonna contribute to the story. Congratulations to Law and Kid. Kid, I'm just not impressed at all. I really like that laser beam though, but I think he's.
Yeah.
I need to see more from him, too. I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get Preston and Zunisha. Kind of sucks. We're gonna have to wait 2 weeks, though. Yeah, I don't really have anything in depth to say about it. It was a cool fight. I think the way they took her out was super situational, which I think has more to do with the plot than Oda trying to make things look cool. So we'll see where this goes. Brian, well, do either of you guys have any specific rebuttals to the vague mess I just spilled out of my mouth? Or do you have any unique thoughts, Brian?
I loved this chapter very much. It was awesome. I liked it a lot.
RGC.
Definitely RGC.
Whoa.
For sure.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
What really made this chapter for me was Big Mom's internal dialogue while she was falling down. That moment there just made me feel so fucking hype. I don't know why, but her talking to Roger look at what you did. That shit. She's more mad at Roger than Kid and Law in this moment. It's Roger was the one that fucking beamed her out of Wano. That's what it felt like. His will was so powerful that it sparked a fucking laser beam to knock her down 20 years in the future. And I loved this chapter so much. Also, it was really cool to see Law and Kid combo a little bit more. They just they were stringing it. It's in the beginning they were kind of disjointed, and then as the fight continues, they keep finding more cohesion. It was such a cool way to end that fight. One more thing I would like to say is I don't know how much Zunisha is actually gonna play a role in all this. Maybe he's gonna be a part of revealing what mystery Wano has and why it's so interesting to Kaido. Because Chris, you might have picked up on something, because there is a bunch of maybe it's just bad translation, but there is a bunch of moments where in while she's talking about Roger, where it does sound like she's talking to him personally before he died.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the part in the beginning where she's talking about where it feels like she's talking to Roger, and then there's a part after where it's like she's back in present time. So I don't know how maybe the anime will have a better distinction between it, but if that's the case, Big Mom does believe that a piece of the One Piece is in Wano. Like that's 100% guaranteed. By the way, when she said that, because Oda's not just gonna drop that in and just be like, "Oh nope, actually it wasn't," you know. And Wano has already been like chalked up to be a big part of this, so I don't see why not that would be the case, you know. And I'm really excited to see what comes out later on.
Was that a volcano was that magma that exploded on Big Mom or something?
No.
What was this?
It was probably like Kid's explosion, like when she landed.
The last of the laser.
Yeah, and the room made that explosion silent, so nobody in Wano heard it.
Yes, that's also a little detail. You can see the
And he
room.
made that room so big. Law really is like kind of the best.
Yeah, he's kind of busted. He's kind of nasty with it.
I guess.
I mean, Josh, what do you want?
What do you mean? I guess
last week you were like, I don't like how Law's not the strongest person, and now you're like, he might be too strong now.
You're right. You got me. You exposed me. Here you go, Josh Cole exposed for everyone. No, well, that's what happened. I talked all that shit, and now I'm just like, oh, now this. Now he's busting out rooms back to back, maintaining them for as long as he needs to. I could have swore he was a glass cannon. I fucking swore. I guess I made that up in my mind. He is an Iron Man, broken, unstoppable force.
I don't think he was like a glass cannon. He took some considerable punishment from Doflamingo throughout their battle.
You're right, and I guess because Dressrosa was about 7 years ago or something, that it just
12 years ago.
If you ask me what happened in the last fight against Doflamingo, I can't tell you what happened. Only that Luffy beat him.
Yeah, I mean, it serves to read this.
I swear to everything on this planet, I cannot even tell you.
Yeah, no. Law got his arm lopped off and was still doing shit in Dressrosa. So
how did he heal? He used his room.
Yeah, he used his room. He put his
it's
arm.
cool. I mean, he's the doctor.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
I feel Josh is like right now. He's caught in like he's like right in the middle of me with Law right now. Like when Chris said, "Oh, he just used the room," of Josh inside his mind. If you saw the look on his face, he was like, "Oh yeah, sure he did."
He said, "Okay, God." All of a sudden,
it's like
that does make sense. That's why I asked. I was like, "Oh,
he's like." It's like you're in a permanent love-hate relationship with Law and his power. You're like, I fucking hate that it's so strong, but I want it to be so strong.
But it doesn't make sense for it to not be
beat Big Mom on his own. What the fuck? What the hell?
Yeah,
but he didn't. I'm gonna say can't. So neither of them by themselves are stronger than Big Mom.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, he's either too strong or he's not for you. I don't know. There's no way to make you happy in this case, I feel. But in any case, I don't know, man. This is my thoughts. I also thought this was my RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I got what I wanted, but I guess I also didn't. I wish we would have gotten that little bit of like past stuff from Kid a little bit, but maybe optimistically there's just like maybe there's reason to believe that he's saving that for another time, because I guess like a flashback now would be like kind of a stop in the pace, and we have to keep this moving along. I feel like Oda's like, we got to keep this moving along.
That's
I'm sure the anime will flesh stuff out since they need to. They have no choice but to flesh this out
because they're like there. They're like this close. constantly.
So the anime and the manga are going to be switching spots for this one. There's just going to be an extreme amount of over-explaining in the anime and a very little amount of explaining in the manga for now.
Yeah, but there's a lot to love in this chapter. Like Big Mom they managed to like defeat Big Mom without making her look like weak. And I do think that she's going to show up in Elbaf. I think that's why, in particular, they didn't defeat her here. Is Oda still has utility for her down the road. So, you know, and Oda never wastes anything. You know what I mean? Like, he brought back Full Body a couple of times. We've seen Django, the hypnotist, a couple of times. He uses the whole animal of his story. You know what I mean? So, Big Mom will definitely be back to play significance in Elbaf, especially since she has unfinished business there. So
giant.
But
he needs one.
Yeah, that being said, Big Mom's defeat, I guess, quote unquote, lack of a better term, was cool. I love when like Oda is the best at just like teasing his world building. Like this little monologue at the end, although it's like a little like awkward because I think she shifts between like a conversation she might have had with Roger and just like her thinking now in the present. That's just kind of cool, I guess. Just the little like hints and teases at that. There's the stuff with Zunaisha. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I can't fucking possibly even make a guess remotely. So that's going to be cool. I like that little moment with Law. It was such a quick little non-over-dramatic moment that they didn't make where he used Re-Room as a silencer just like Kuroson did. It was a nice little callback to him because Oda never forgets anything or to tie anything to something back to 1,000 chapters ago. So...
yeah,
I respect it.
Thanks for people like you and others for doing God's work and rehashing old One Piece lore and events.
It's my favorite thing. It truly is my favorite thing to do.
BT Dubs, this is I had to do this retroactively because I realized I didn't have an RGC for this week. I didn't decide that yet.
Oh my god.
It's a process elimination one for this week, but I'm going to give it to One Piece.
My God. And you know what? This is also the audience voted RGC.
Oh, shit!
Never happens. The one time I didn't expect it. I don't have the...
one spot, nigga? Yo!
I don't have the harmonic convergence drop.
What?
I know. I'm very sorry.
You did! I heard it!
No, I only have the unified. I'm very sorry, guys. I'm a failure.
You know, Chris, you're a very hard worker and all that. And you sacrifice your blood, sweat, and tears for this podcast. But God damn it, you've disappointed the people.
I agree.
To hear that.
Hey, I deserve 1,000 lashings. I will.
Nah, man, we're gonna be on next week, bro. We're gonna start the podcast with the harmonic convergence.
Well, way to put me on a deadline. But until then, I guess I'll give it a unified RGC.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
I'm full. +1 for me.
+1. Yeah. I'll try to get it done next week. It like the idea I have for the harmonic convergence RGC drop is pretty complicated, so it might take me a minute. But yeah, that was it.
This was a no-brainer, though. I mean,
yeah.
For what it's worth, it was kind of like obvious.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not surprised by this at all. The other chapters didn't put up that much of a fight either.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I guess we're getting into that, aren't we?
Yeah, it was a pretty regular week in terms of.
Oh yeah, something like that. Something like that. We had 2 transition chapters, but no, whatever. Let's get into it.
All right, yeah. That was the RGC. You guys can vote on the RGC by following us on Twitter and casting your vote. We usually put the poll up an hour or two after the chapters drop on Viz's official release service. Support the official release, y'all. And let us know what you thought about this chapter. What did you guys think about Zunaisha? Am I missing something in terms of Big Mom's thing? Did she really think that part of the One Piece is actually on Wano? That would be interesting to know. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.